Hello and welcome along to Adobe After Effects with your host Robert Smith. In this part 2 of video trimming, we're going to take a longer video file and use it over and over again. So let's have a go at that. File, import like this. Go to import a file. I'll go with this one here. Okay, this is the file we made earlier in a previous video. I'm going to grab this and have a look at it. If I double click on it like this, you'll see if I go into the editing area, it's quite a dramatic use of the audio spectrum effect in After Effects. Okay, now before I do anything, I'm going to select that inside the project window and duplicate it. Apple D, Apple D, Apple D, 3 times. I'm going to duplicate it. Okay, I'm going to double click on the top one, the first one. I'm going to set my in point. Let's say I want to start there, so I'll click here to set my in point, move along a bit and click there to set my out point. Very nice indeed. Okay, now the next one down, do the same thing. I'll move to about here this time, set my in point, and I'm just going to give it really tiny, about like that, a couple of frames, even less than a second, and set that as my out point. Okay, and this one here, I'll double click on this one, and I want this part down here. I'll set that as my in point, and about here for my out point, and this one here, I just want the end bit, say this bit here, that's my in point. Move along a little bit, and that's my out point. Okay, so let's start a new composition. Doesn't matter how long it is. 1280, 720, 25 frames per second. Okay, like that. And I'm going to grab all of those videos and drag them down like that. Now you notice one of them is really short, which is this one here, and the rest are much the same length. And what I'm going to do, just for an effect, I'm going to duplicate the really short one, this one here. I'm going to duplicate it a couple of times. Now on the timeline now to duplicate this. So Apple D, like that. Apple D, Apple D, Apple D. I'm going to put about 5 of them in like that. And now I'm going to sequence them in order. It's by selecting the top layer, holding the Shift key down, select the bottom layer, go to Animation, Keyframe Assistant, Sequence Layers, no overlap, and OK. Let's have a look at the magic. The way it goes. Actually, we might start that a bit closer. Just move that to about here. That's the beginning, and I'll do a RAM preview like this. I get that to repeat 5 times, and then it does the next part of the video like that, and then it will. Okay, as you can see, I just re-edited that video. Should have turned the sound down. That's a good idea. If you're going to do that sort of thing, you're going to get a very unusual sound where it cuts in and out like that. So that's the sort of thing you do without the sound. Okay, so what we've really done here, we've simply imported a really long video and just duplicated it a couple of times, and then used that to cut it up and sequence. Okay, thanks for watching.